Introduced for the 1970 model year, the Dodge Challenger arrived at a time when the American performance car scene was reaching its zenith. The muscle car market was overflowing with choices, from Ford's Mustang and Chevrolet's Camaro to Pontiac's Firebird and Plymouth's Barracuda, and Chrysler wanted a piece of the action in a way that would elevate its image beyond just brute horsepower. The Challenger was Dodge's statement of intent, a bold entry into the pony car wars, and though it came slightly late to the party, it did so with an unmistakable swagger. It was larger, broader, and more luxurious than most of its direct competitors, carrying the confidence of a car built to be both powerful and refined. In its debut year, the Challenger proved to be a solid success, with nearly 77,000 units sold. However, while that number sounds impressive, it hides a more complex story beneath the surface, one that reveals just how many configurations Dodge offered and how few of certain variants were ever produced. Chrysler's marketing strategy for the Challenger was ambitious. Create a car that could be anything to anyone. Whether a customer wanted an economical cruiser with a 6-cylinder engine, a stylish convertible for weekend drives, or an all-out performance beast powered by the mighty Hemi V8, the Challenger lineup was built to deliver. This variety meant that some versions were mass-market sellers, while others became rare gems almost instantly. Among those, the most coveted of all were the cars fitted with the legendary 426 cubic inch Hemi engine, a 7.0-liter monster officially rated at 425 horsepower, though insiders knew it produced far more in reality. The Hemi transformed any Challenger into a street-legal race car, and it demanded both respect and a deep wallet. That exclusivity ensured its rarity. Only 356 Hemi-powered Challengers rolled off the assembly line in 1970. Of those, just 9 were convertibles and only 60 carried the SE, Special Edition, package, making each surviving example a crown jewel of Mopar history. But not all rarity came from sheer power. In fact, the opposite end of the spectrum, the humble 6-cylinder models, has its own unique place in the collector world. While most buyers seeking performance ignored the 225 cubic inch slant 6 in favor of the V8S, Dodge still offered the engine for those who valued economy or simply wanted the Challenger's looks without its appetite for fuel. When paired with the convertible body style or the SE luxury trim, those 6-cylinder cars became statistically rarer than many high-performance versions. Only 378 convertibles and 350 SE models were built with the entry-level engine, creating curiosities that stand as proof of just how diverse the Challenger lineup truly was. And then there was the Challenger T/A, the Trans Am homologation special designed for Dodge's participation in the SCCA Trans Am Racing Series. Built only in 1970, the T/A combined lightweight components, a 340 cubic inch 6-pack V8, and aggressive race-inspired styling. It was a muscle car engineered for handling rather than straight-line speed, and that made it unique among its peers. Dodge sold just 989 units equipped with the 4-speed manual gearbox, turning the T/A into one of the most desirable Mopar collectibles today. Speaking of convertibles, the open-top Challenger holds its own special place in history. The early 1970s marked the decline of the American convertible, as safety regulations and shifting consumer tastes began to favor hardtops. Buyers wanted cars that felt more solid and were less prone to leaks or wind noise, and as a result, demand for convertibles plummeted. Dodge built only 3,857 drop-top Challengers for 1970, representing a mere 5% of total production. Even among those few, only 936 were ordered with the R/T Road/Track performance package, which added upgraded suspension, heavy-duty brakes, performance trim, and, of course, big block power. Out of those 936 R/T convertibles, 9 were blessed with the mighty 426 Hemi, while 99 received the 446 pack, a 7.2-liter V8 featuring triple 2-barrel carburetors and an unforgettable induction roar. Another 1,963 cars came with the standard 4-barrel version of the 440, leaving the rest, 692 units, powered by the 383 cubic inch V8, an engine that balanced affordability with solid performance. The purple R/T example we're discussing falls into this final group, but its rarity goes beyond simple engine numbers. Among the 692 cars built with the 383 and R/T combination, Only 138 were fitted with this particular transmission setup, making it a true low-production example even within the already limited subset of R/T convertibles. The details that separate one Challenger from another often come down to the fine print, the options, codes, and quirks hidden on the fender tag. In this case, several features suggest that this particular car might be a one-of-one build. It includes the P37 power top, the V68 stripe delete option, a wood-grain center console, and the Rally instrument cluster package. Each of these adds its own flavor to the car's configuration, and taken together, they likely represent a combination few buyers ever ordered. Then there's the Y07 export code, a small but intriguing detail revealing that this Challenger was originally built for export to Canada, making it even more unusual in the context of US muscle car production. The stripe delete option is another fascinating story in itself. While this car currently sports white R/T stripes along its flanks, it didn't leave the factory that way. The V68 code on the fender tag indicates that the original buyer specifically requested the car without the standard R/T side stripes, perhaps preferring a cleaner, more understated look. During its later restoration, the owner decided to reintroduce the stripes for aesthetic reasons, staying true to the period-correct appearance even if not to the exact factory specification. The most visible deviation from its factory form, however, is the paint. Today, the car wears the vibrant FC7 Plum Crazy purple, one of the most iconic colors in Mopar history. It's a shade that instantly catches the eye and defines an entire era of muscle car flamboyance. Yet the fender tag tells a different story. This Challenger originally wore Fi4 light gold metallic, a subtle and sophisticated tone that's rarely seen today. While Plum Crazy is certainly the more crowd-pleasing choice, there's something almost poetic about the understated glamour of the original gold hue. It spoke to the idea of quiet confidence, a muscle car that didn't need to shout to make its presence known. One can only imagine how unique this convertible must have looked in its original form, shimmering gold under the sunlight, top down, and big block rumbling beneath the hood. During the restoration, the owner made the decision to keep the interior and soft top in white, just as the car was originally built. The contrast between white upholstery and Plum Crazy exterior gives the Challenger a striking, elegant balance that evokes the bold aesthetic of 1970 without tipping into excess. Every detail, from the polished chrome to the clean lines of the console, speaks to a restoration that was executed with passion and precision. This was not a casual refresh. It was a full rotisserie restoration, meaning the car was completely disassembled, the chassis rotated on a specialized rig, and every nut, bolt, and panel meticulously refinished. Rotisserie restorations like this are not for the faint of heart. They demand time, skill, and a deep respect for authenticity. Every decision, from the paint choice to the interior stitching, becomes a question of philosophy. Do you remain strictly faithful to factory specifications, or do you allow for a degree of personal expression? In this case, the owner chose the latter path, enhancing the Challenger's visual drama while maintaining mechanical correctness. The result is a car that commands attention not only for what it represents historically, but also for how it stands today. A rolling piece of art that celebrates the spirit of its era. Yet, even with its color changed, this 1970 Challenger R/T convertible remains a remarkably rare and desirable automobile. Its provenance, options, and condition all contribute to a story that collectors dream about. A car that bridges the gap between historical significance and driving pleasure. The fact that it still carries its original big block V8 makes it even more special, as so many muscle cars of this era lost their engines or were heavily modified over the decades. For enthusiasts who understand the deeper nuances of Mopar history, the export code alone adds intrigue. Many of the Canadian export Challengers were built slightly differently from their US counterparts, often due to variations in emission standards, labeling requirements, or local market preferences. These cars sometimes ended up with unique option combinations, making them fascinating case studies for restoration purists and collectors alike. From a market perspective, the Challenger has matured into one of the cornerstone models of the muscle car world. For years, it lived somewhat in the shadow of the Cuda, its close sibling from Plymouth, but recent collector trends have brought the Dodge into the spotlight it deserves. The R/T convertible, especially with numbers-matching drivetrain and rare options, sits comfortably among the most valuable Mopars of the period. Asking prices near $90,000, such as the $89,900 tag attached to this particular example via Revenant Motors, reflect not just its mechanical rarity, but also the cultural weight of the Challenger name. It's worth remembering that the 1970 model year represents the purest expression of the original Challenger formula. The styling, penned under Carl Cameron, struck a perfect balance between aggression and sophistication. The quad headlights, the sweeping Coke bottle profile, the long hood and short deck proportions, every element worked together to project both power and elegance. Inside, the car delivered a driver-focused cockpit with intuitive controls, full instrumentation, and a sense of craftsmanship that rivaled more expensive brands. Driving a 1970 Challenger today is more than a nostalgic exercise. It's a direct connection to a time when American automakers built cars with personality, unfiltered by computers or corporate restraint. The steering feels heavy, the throttle immediate, and the sound, that unmistakable burble of a big block V8, reminds you why this era still defines automotive passion. Convertible models amplify the experience even further. With the top down, the world becomes a symphony of exhaust rumble and rushing air, the kind of sensory overload modern cars can only simulate through speakers. The story of this Plum Crazy R/T is therefore not just about numbers or rarity. It's about preservation and interpretation. Every restored car carries the fingerprint of its restorer, the decisions made, the colors chosen, the details revived. In this case, the choice to repaint the car and reintroduce the stripes reflects an effort to celebrate the Challenger's most iconic qualities. It may no longer be in its original light gold metallic, but its soul remains unmistakably 1970. There's also an emotional aspect to cars like this, one that transcends mechanical value. The Challenger represents a moment in history when the American automobile embodied freedom and individuality. In 1970, you could walk into a Dodge dealership and order a car tailored exactly to your personality, from engine size and transmission type to colors, trims, and badges. The endless combination of options is what made each Challenger unique, and it's precisely that individuality that collectors cherish today. When you stand next to a restored R/T convertible like this one, you're not just looking at metal and paint. You're seeing craftsmanship, heritage, and the unbroken lineage of the American performance dream. The smell of vinyl, the tactile feedback of the pistol grip shifter, the deep hum of the V8 as it settles into idle, all of it speaks to a raw, analog world that has largely disappeared. Ultimately, cars like this remind us why the golden era of Detroit will never be forgotten. The 1970 Dodge Challenger R/T convertible, whether in its original gold or its current Plum Crazy purple, captures the essence of that spirit. Bold design, unapologetic power, and individuality in its purest form. Its rarity makes it valuable, but its character makes it timeless. For those fortunate enough to own or even drive one, it's not just a car. It's an experience, a memory, and a statement. And so, whether you view it as a museum-worthy artifact or as a machine meant to be driven and enjoyed, this 1970 Challenger remains one of the most captivating expressions of American automotive art. Its story, from its birth in the factory to its rebirth in restoration, continues to echo the message Dodge set out to deliver over 5 decades ago. That performance and style, when combined with passion, creates something eternal.